spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys have had a lovely weekend. I have definitely made the most of the weather and spent all of it outside. And as you can tell, because getting a bit of a tan, it's great. Today's video is slightly different. It's something that I have never spoken about before on my channel. I don't think so anyway. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I haven't spoken about it. If you guys have seen my blogs, you'll see that a lot of my posts are talking about periods and, you know, things like that a lot of people find uncomfortable to talk about. I am very open on my blogs. If you haven't checked it out, it's bellucy.co.uk. That's bellucy.co.uk. So you guys can check that out and read all my blogs if you do want more information. I am, depending on how well this video goes, I am thinking about doing a few more of these. So if you guys have any questions, drop them down below and I will be sure to answer them in my next videos. I probably will only do one of these a week, maybe less often, I don't know. Or maybe this might be the only one if it doesn't go too well and you guys don't enjoy it, then yeah, I won't be doing another one. So I have a few questions written down on a piece of paper that you guys have asked me. I've put it into a few sort of group chats with other YouTubers and things like that. So just to ask, yeah, just basically just general questions about periods, and I thought I would answer it with my opinions and experiences. But obviously everybody is different, so whatever I've been through, someone else might be going through it completely differently. So obviously everything is different for everyone, basically. But yeah, so I have 10 questions, and yeah, number one, how old were you when you started your period? I think I was 15, but I can't actually be sure. I remember it so clearly. We're about to go on a family walk in the New Forest, and it just happened literally not even long before we were about to walk out the door. I was like, Mom! And then she amazingly had a little section for me in her cupboard already prepared, as she knew obviously it was going to happen at some point. I wasn't expecting it, but you know, you kind of when you get to that age, you kind of expect it's going to happen, but you just don't know when exactly. So obviously that day I was not prepared whatsoever, but luckily I was still at home. How long does it last? So when I first had my period, it wasn't too bad, and then after I'd say like 6 months to a year, it then got worse, and now I'd say mine last an average of about sort of 6 days. Can be longer, can be shorter, but again, everyone is completely different. Do you get a lot of pain? My God, yes. Honestly, like, I've never experienced anything like it. Some months are actually a lot better than others, and I have tried so many different things, which I'll talk about in another video if you guys want to know about it. But I have tried all sorts of pills and even the coil, which, oh, don't get me started on the coil. But yeah, nothing seems to help. But yeah, I get a lot of pain. I'm actually prescribed sort of very strong tablets for mine because of the severity of the pain that I have to deal with. I don't know if I'm just generally like a weak person and cannot deal with pain, or I don't know. I mean, I've had tattoos, things like that just don't bother me. So I think my pain threshold is quite high. When it comes to periods, no way. I'm like lying on that floor. Yeah. How much pre-warning do you get? So everyone's cycle is very different. The average I think is like 21 to 28 days. Don't count me on that because I don't actually know my facts about it, because again, everyone is so different, which obviously I'm going to say a lot in this video because it's so true. Don't go by what I'm saying, and that if you haven't started your period yet, don't go from, you know, the things that I'm talking about now in this video that you will then go through the same thing, because you probably won't. It's, you know, everyone gets it so differently. Some people might have it. My mum, it was always 3 days long, a lot of pain, but after 3 days completely done. So, you know, everybody is so different. Pre-warning that I get is mine's changed so much because I've recently come off the pill, so mine's now sort of around every 3 weeks, which is not great. But whereas a lot of people are kind of just like, you know, the once a month, that's why it's called, like, you know, time in the month and stuff. Yeah, unfortunately mine is every sort of 3 weeks at the moment since I've come off the pill, as my body's kind of, what's going on? Because I was on the pill for about 10 years, different ones, but yeah, long story. But pre-warning pain-wise, I'd probably say I always carry tampons around with me, because I don't actually know when it comes to around that kind of 3 weeks time. Mine's not like, oh yeah, well, because I've got an app that I track on my phone, and it will give me a rough idea, but there is no way that that day that my app says is the day that I'm going to start, because no, never happens. A couple of days early, a couple of days late, you know, it could be a week early, could be a week late. So, but roughly every 3 weeks, and I don't have anything to tell me that it's coming apart from about half an hour before I get a little bit of cramping and I'm like, ooh. So that is literally all I get. A lot of people will actually have pain for like a week before or a couple of days before, but yeah, mine's literally just kind of the half an hour and then it happens. So if I'm out and about, not great. What do you use? I use tampons, and then at night I use a tampon and a pad as well, just to be sort of like, you know, just to be safe. And because I've had so many like accidents, oh my days, it's not fun, especially if you're out and about, or if at night, like, it's just, I try to go to bed late and then get up early. And then even if it's like, say, a weekend and I'm not getting up early for work, I'll set my alarm early, get up, go to the toilet, go back to sleep. So just extra, you just have to kind of, sometimes you just have to be careful. But yeah, I use a mixture of everything, basically. Can you feel a tampon and does it hurt? So yes and no. So no, if you put it in correctly, sounds weird, but you can not put it in far enough, and then you can kind of feel it, that it's there, and you're like, that's not quite right. But most of the time, no, you cannot feel it whatsoever, and you just have to make sure that you get the right, I don't know what the word is, but absorbency maybe is the word, because obviously you can get like light, medium, like and they kind of have like super and super plus, like you can get all different ones. So you just have to kind of guess it the first few times. You won't know, like start off with the smaller ones just to be sure, and then you'll soon know if you have an accident. You're like, yeah, I need the next size up. So, but no, you shouldn't be able to feel it, and it shouldn't hurt at all. And if it does, then you definitely, like, I don't think there's a wrong way of putting it in, but it's, yeah, it's more if you just don't put it far enough. Sorry if anybody finds this awkward or uncomfortable, but I mean, you'd already know what we're talking about by the title of this video. So if you clicked on it, clearly you don't have a problem with listening to any of this. Do you get moody? I wouldn't say I do. I say if I'm in a lot of pain, I'll be quiet, and my friends will know, because they'll be like, you're not loud and bubbly like you normally are. And it's a a big giveaway, really. But I wouldn't say I'm moody. I'm not really like a moody person anyway. I don't really get like snappy. It takes a lot to kind of piss me off, really. But yeah, I wouldn't say that I get moody or like mood swings or anything. A lot of people do, and that's completely normal. You might get moody like a week before your period, you might get moody the first couple of days or at the end. Like everyone's mood swings are so different. I wouldn't say that I suffer with mood swings at all. But obviously my friends can, you know, comment down below if they think that I do. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think I do. Like, obviously everybody gets moody at times, but I wouldn't say that it's anything to do with my period and that everybody's like, oh, watch out, like, she's on her period, she's going to be moody, don't talk to her. Like, it's not that kind of situation. I'm just sometimes like maybe a little bit quiet. But I'm trying to FaceTime me, but I can't right now. Have you tried the menstrual cup? No. It's something that does scare me a little bit. It's very new. It's like something that I've never really thought of trying until a few people have mentioned it to me, some people at work. It's apparently great for heavy periods. It lasts a lot longer. But the whole thing, it just kind of like creeps me out a little bit. I don't know why, because this subject doesn't ever get to me. I can talk openly about periods, I don't mind, and in person, like, yeah, it's a little bit more uncomfortable. But as you can see, if you guys have read my blogs, I'm very open. It should be something that people talk about. I don't feel there's any need to hide it, be quiet about it, shy about it, because when you're younger you want to know things. And if I didn't have my mum and her being open about it with me, I don't know like what I would have done. And at a young age, something, you know, there's a lot of questions that you want to know the answers to, and if you don't have people that are open, that openly talk about it, it can be a little bit hard. But no, like, I haven't tried the menstrual cup yet. I probably will at some stage. I just need to kind of get my head around the whole, because I feel like I don't use a pad because I'm like, I don't really want to see any of it. I use it obviously at night, and just as an extra precaution, if I'm out for a while and there's not like a toilet nearby, then I do use it as a backup. But that's literally all I use that for. And I find that once you've like taken a tampon out, like, it's in the toilet, it's done, you don't have to see it. Whereas these menstrual cups, obviously you have to pour it out, but then also wash it, and I'm just like, oh no. But it probably is better for me to use that. I mean, it's safer for the environment. There are so many pros rather than cons to using the menstrual cup, but I just need to get my head around the whole thing anyway. But yeah. How regular are your periods? I've kind of said this in a previous question, but around 3 weeks at the moment. But when I was on the pill, it was obviously every time I had the break. So I think it's like 28 days when you take the normal pill. And then I moved to the mini pill, which again, I can explain all of this in detail. If anybody has any more questions, drop them down below, or private message me if you prefer to that way, and I can do it in a new video and answer anything you guys want to know from pills and, you know, everything. But I was then on the mini pill for a little while, and that I took every day, and that I still got periods with. With some people it stops them completely, with me it just didn't. Mine were then every 6 to 8 weeks, rather than now I'm off the pill, it's every kind of 3 weeks. Yeah. And the last question, do you feel uncomfortable talking about periods? No, it depends who I'm talking about it with. I've never done this on camera before, so this is really nerve-wracking for me to actually post this. But I just feel that it is a subject that it's not spoken about. And the same with things like anxiety, depression, like, you know, suicide, like all of those things. They're very taboo subjects, and I just feel personally that they shouldn't be. There should be a lot more awareness about this. This helps younger sort of teenage girls when you talk about periods openly, because as if, like I said earlier, if I didn't have my mum, I would have then probably Googled the questions. If I didn't feel like I could ask my mum those questions, I would have actually Googled them instead. And having, I feel, videos like this would have really helped me. So no, I did, when I was younger, I did find it a little uncomfortable talking to anybody but my mum about them, but now I'm just like, no, it shouldn't be anything that anyone feels uncomfortable about. I've written the blogs. It's taken me more, like, it's a lot more like courage to be able to do this rather than just having it written down. But yeah, basically no, like, I don't, my friends and I talk about it all the time. Like, we always know when it's someone else's time in the month. We're just very open, and I think it's actually much better that way. It shouldn't be anything that you should feel nervous about talking about or shy, or yeah, everyone should just be open about it. And it's normal, it's natural, it happens to every girl. And yeah, unless obviously, like, people obviously have, like, there are certain issues or whatever, but majority will go through periods and shouldn't be anything that you feel uncomfortable talking about. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed those questions and that I helped you out a little bit with answering a few from my experience. If you guys have any more questions, I'll just drop them down below, send them to me privately if obviously that makes you feel more comfortable. They'll all be anonymous like these ones were. Don't say who's written what, so just, yeah, and no judgment from whatever you ask me. Be as open as you want. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and yeah, please, like, you know, give it some love, because it is nerve-wracking for me to do this, even though I've said it's completely normal, it should be spoken about. But obviously it is, like, I'm still like, it's my first video talking about this. But if you guys would like to see more videos, just let me know. If you think it's too open, you don't want to see it, again, let me know. I just want everybody's honest opinion, any questions. And yeah, be sure to hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Lots of love. Mwah.